Okay, so just going to show you a few stretches. This is sort of aimed at the Couch to 5K runners, like, but the more experienced guys might get something out of this too. These are yin yoga stretches, and if you want to look them up on the internet afterwards, like, we're going to do child's pose, baby camel, pigeon upright, and then supine twist. So Google away at that. The first thing I'm going to do, just going to show you, we have this little stretch board for calves, but equally, I mean, you can buy these on the internet, like, but equally you could do this on your staircase at home. Just stand with the balls of your feet or your toes on the edge of the stair. And it's all about just getting that angle to drop your heels and get that nice stretch in your calves, like. So generally, if I was standing this board, you'd stand here for about 5 minutes minimum, like. So if you're going to do this on the staircase, like, just give your muscles time to relax and settle in, because initially they're going to want to bunch up just as a reaction to not tear, but as you stay in the stretch for a long time, they'll gradually open up, and then you'll start to feel that nice stretch. So calves, so the first yin yoga position is child's pose. So it's literally just on the ground, toes touching behind, on your knees, and then just literally getting down with your arms out in front and your head touching the mat, like so. And again, all these kind of yin yoga poses, you want to be holding them for a minimum of 2 minutes, just to let the muscles relax and stretch out. So child's pose, it's quite good sort of initially for the quads and the back. And from that initial pose, what you can do when you're down on the ground is kind of spider crawl your hands to either side, and that'll give you a nice stretch down either side of the body. Like, so when you're down in this position, just work your hands a little bit to the left just to feel that stretch down the side, and again to the right, like, and you feel that lovely stretch, like. So when you're sat in this position too, like, you'll feel that stretch in the quads. When I'm in this position as well, what I do to stretch the feet, it's just curl the toes underneath, so, and then you want to kind of just sit back on your heels, and you'll feel that stretch down through the soles of the foot. So any of you's got that kind of plantar soreness in the bottom of your feet, that's quite good for stretching that out, like. So just again, hold that pose for as long as you can. So from this position again, then we're talking about quads. So we're going to do the baby camel pose, which is basically lean back, put your hands behind you, and just feel that stretch in the quads. Then what you want to do is lift your bum up, and you want to try and get that nice straight line. I'm a bit stiff today, so, but you want to sort of that nice straight line from your chest down through your midriff and down through your quads, like, and you feel that really stretching the quads out there. So then moving on to the hamstring stretch, pigeon upright. So what you want to do is start off in a plank pose. Get yourself up on the plank pose, and then you're going to bring the heel of this foot into the hip socket on the opposite side. Now again, if you're younger and not as stiff as me, this calf here should be perpendicular to your body, like so. Now I can't quite get it that far up, but get it as far up as you can. Heel into this socket here, and then just rest down on it. So this position now is pigeon upright, and you'll feel that stretch kind of going through the hip socket and along the top of the quads. You want to hold that for a few minutes, then work your way down onto your elbows, and just again, just wait some time, let all that sort of tension relax out, and eventually what you want to do is get down to this position, and you'll feel that stretch then going all the way through the hamstring, up around through the hip socket, and it's a really good stretch. Like, I found it fantastic for the upper hamstrings and stuff. And again, like child's pose, when you're sort of down in this position, you can kind of rock a little just to sort of feel that stretch all along the top of the upper hamstring here, and to sort of get some movement in the hip socket. And like child's pose, when you're down here, you can move the hands a little bit to the side, and you also get that nice stretch down the side as well. But again, this when you first start to do this, you're going to feel real kind of tension in the muscles and stuff as you sort of, so take it easy, move through the pose gradually, and let the muscles relax, and then you'll feel that sort of nice tingling sensation when the tendons and everything start to stretch out as well. Like. So that was pigeon upright. And so the final one, supine twist. So onto your back, literally just pull your knees into your chest, and just get that sort of nice stretch again down through the hamstrings here. And once your knees are hugged in, what you want to do is put your arms in a T shape and just drop the knees to the side. Ideally then what you want to do is your gaze goes to the opposite side of where your knees have fallen. So your T's in the side, look to the opposite side, and again just hold the pose for a few minutes and let everything relax. And you should eventually get the knees down onto the ground and your head right over to the opposite side. And then just do the opposite side, then drop to the opposite side and gaze to the opposite side. That's really good for lower back and hamstrings and hips. So, child's pose, baby camel, pigeon upright, and supine twist. So if you look up those yin yoga poses on the internet, and hopefully that'll help. Okay.